So, my weekly update. I think this is week 3. What has happened this week? D has been slinging quite a bit. He's been trying to get his toe rep up a little bit. He maxed out with Earl, which is the newsman. For those of you who don't know, that now means D can get wiretaps, remote cameras, and all kinds of stuff. So D got the wiretap and was going around trying to get used to it, listening to all kinds of conversations and phone calls he probably shouldn't have been listening to, and that led to D going to Senior Buns, where he tried to listen to a conversation, and he got rolled upon by someone who identified himself as Flippy. D obviously knows the name Flippy, but he never met the person, and D knows him as the leader of Hydra. Anyway, he pulled the gun on D, robbed D, took his wiretap, and said he was going to speak to the manor to find out more about him. D's kind of stayed off the lemon list this past week just because he really doesn't want to bring any trouble to the manor. He let the manor know what had happened, obviously, but he's just kind of keeping a low profile. Otherwise, D's got about 162-ish K cash to his name. And he's been invited, I believe, to the mid, which is the manor intelligence or investigation division. And his first task he's been given is to find out about a group called the Black Lotus. The only bit of information he was given was there's a guy in there called Kane Ross, and I was given his phone number. Since then, D has been digging a little bit, trying to figure that out. He's got about 6 days left to come back to Solomon and the others with a dossier of information. So far, we found out a couple of cars, a couple of possible members, and where they might hang out. Also, since then, there's some weirdness going on with Johnny and the guys, but D doesn't necessarily know what any of that is, so he's poking his nose around a little bit, but also remembering not to poke his nose around too much, because, you know, that's the whole part of what we're doing. And I suppose what we're really trying to do with D now is get a bit more embedded with the mid guys. Maybe get to know some more of the manor guys. Oh, actually, that's one thing D did this week I forgot to mention. The guys opened up a pizza shop that's run by the manor, and D worked opening day during an ice storm. And fucking SK absolutely had his life for the whole time he was there. He had D washing dishes for about 4 or 5 hours, and then they hired Matt, and then D was kind of Matt's boss and was bullying Matt a little bit to try and feel a bit better about the shit he had experienced. But yeah, so next week just trying to get to know some of the manor boys a bit more, if the RP allows it, obviously, and trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with Johnny, Autumn, and Deco. And then trying to establish myself as a mid-member, I guess. But that's it. What was your question, buddy? Who invited you and how? I was invited by Johnny just in the mid HQ, but then it came back that Johnny may have overstepped and we had to wind it back a little bit, but we'll figure it out.